Mario Gotze back to Dortmund from Bayern Munich, the team he left 3 years ago. Lewis, a good move or a bad one?
I think it's a good one for Dortmund. In the end, I think Dortmund have lost a lot of good players, but particularly in midfield, Mkhitaryan and Ilkay Gundogan. Dortmund can't attract players quite like the clubs that are above them in Europe, you'd say Real Madrid and Barcelona. And Götze, for all these troubles at Bayern, he could be a world-class player, and I don't think Dortmund can attract many players with potential like he's got.
Well, he was a world-class player when they sold him, 37 million of course, when they met the fee release clause. Coming back a bit of a different player now though, do you feel like it's going to work out for him the second time coming?
We'll have to wait and see. It didn't work out for Guardiola, and Tuchel is a kind of similar coach, the way that he has his team playing, so it's going to be a matter of time will tell. But I think the surroundings are right. Götze will be valued again, he'll feel important again, and Dortmund could give him everything he needs to really kick on.
What did you make out of Götze's time with the national team at the Euros? He started out in favour with Löw, of course being one of his biggest fans, but even he had seemed to lose a bit of confidence in Götze by the end of the tournament.
Yeah, I guess not having a natural striker until Mario Gomez was used was a big problem for Germany, and it meant Götze was used in a capacity that doesn't really suit him that much. So it's hard to judge, and coming off the back of another poor season with Bayern, I think it was a poor Euros for him. It was a pretty disappointing Euros, and probably I get the impression he maybe even thought he could have got a different move with a good Euros, and maybe that's why something didn't happen before. But now he didn't have much choice but to go back to Dortmund in the end, and I think he's going to have to just sort of kick on and get on with it, or it's going to be a big talent lost.
What position do you see him in at Dortmund? Number 10, straight in there where Mkhitaryan was, or something different, maybe a bit wider?
Yeah, Mkhitaryan played wider a lot last season, and that's possibly where Dortmund will look to use him. But I think in the middle, Kagawa's there, but Dortmund haven't really replaced Gundogan otherwise. He obviously plays deeper, but I think without him in midfield, Dortmund need some more presence in the middle of the park. The young guys, Pulisic and Dembele, are going to be trusted out wide a bit more often than you'd maybe expect with guys of their age and their experience, which means there's a role in the middle for Götze if he wants it.
In my opinion, Götze lost a bit of that, perhaps that speed and the agility that he had when he had that hip injury, and he came back and he put a lot of strength on in his core, and it affected his speed and athleticism a little bit. You look at him now; he's probably not a picture of an athlete at the moment. Do you think that that Dortmund can sort that out for him?
I think they're going to have to. Yeah, he doesn't look very athletic. He does look slow. He doesn't turn on the ball quickly enough. But maybe playing time, I mean, he didn't play as much at Bayern as he'd have hoped, and if he's playing every single week, then it can make a big difference. And
a few changes off the pitch for him. He changed his agent recently as well. We all saw Götze being very involved with some off-field sponsorships and things like that. Perhaps it's time for him to get back to sort of actually things on the pitch, and maybe that Dortmund is the best move for him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what went on exactly with his agent, but there was some odd stuff. There was a sponsorship deal with Sky over here in Germany, and I wonder if stuff like that was a bit of a distraction, and now it's time to grow up and really get on with the game.
Back next to his mate, Marco Reus, of course.
And maybe Andre Schürrle.
Yeah, maybe Andre Schürrle as well.